Hi, I'm Jerry from Attic Treasures in Occoquan, Virginia, and in this month's edition of our So Creative Club, we're going to make this delightful little in the hoop zipper bag. So, let's get started. Okay, for this project, right here, what you're going to need is you're going to need your 5x7 hoop, and for this I have hooped it with a piece of tearaway stabilizer. You're going to need 2 pieces of fabric, 7 inches by 8 inches, and that's going to be your back. You're going to need a piece of batting, 7 inches by 8 inches, and you're going to make a quilt sandwich out of that and set that aside for now. You're going to need 1 piece of fabric that is 10 inches by 8 inches. That's going to be folded in half and crisply pressed, and you're going to need 1 piece of batting that is 5 inches by 8 inches. You're going to, and that's the bottom. This one is for the top of the bag, top of the zipper, and it is cut 4 inches by 8 inches, and it's folded in half to be 2 inches by 8 inches with a 2-inch by 8-inch piece of batting sandwiched in between. I'll set that aside for now. You're going to need a zipper that's at least 12, maybe at least 10 inches long, but mine is actually 16 inches. And then you need either a piece of ribbon, or I've actually taken a piece of scrap fabric and just made a just a tube for the strap. And that's 10 inches long that you need for the strap. Or you can make that strap as long as you like. For the thread for the whole project, we're just going to use plain 50 weight cotton or polyester, because this is a sewing project, so you don't need embroidery bobbin thread or embroidery thread in your needle. Okay, let's go to the machine. Okay, I've loaded the design into the machine, and it's called zipperbag.pes, and if you don't have a copy of the file, just give me an email at waltzquilt@yahoo.com, and I'll be happy to email you the design in PES format. So I've loaded the design into the machine, and you want to make sure that you have it rotated so that the zipper is on the right hand side of the bag. So I have loaded my hoop in the machine with just the stabilizer. So it's just the tearaway stabilizer. And the first stitch it does is it's going to show me where to put the zipper. Okay, this second color stop is going to actually tack down the zipper. So I want to take the zipper with the zipper pull facing you, or facing the top, but you want that zipper pull way out of the design. So to do this project, you want to make sure you have a nylon coil zipper. You do not want to use a metal zipper, because it has to sew across the teeth to finish the bag. You also want it about 4 inches longer than the slot where you want to put in here. This is, I think, 7 inches high, so I could get away with maybe a 10 or a 12-inch zipper. This one's a 16, a little overkill, but that's what I have. So, and I'm going to position the zipper between those stitches. And I'm going to use either painter's tape, and I'm going to just put it right in the middle and put plenty of tape. And I want it right dead in the center, and use plenty of tape so that it doesn't shift on you. Right smack dab in the middle. If it sews on top of the tape, that's really no big deal. You can always pull it off. But I would rather have it nice and secure. Okay. And then the second thing the second color stop is going to actually tack down this zipper. So it's just going to literally sew it right into place. So you want the zipper right smack dab in the middle of the position marks. Okay, now you can remove these pieces of tape because your zipper is securely stitched in place. It's not going to shift anymore on you. The next color stop is going to tack down the bottom of the bag. So you are going to lay this zipper so that it's just underneath the teeth of the zipper. Just like that. And it's covering all of the stitching that it did before. And I'm going to tape it in place. You can put a couple of pieces of tape down here if you like. And this next stitch is going to top stitch, is going to sew the bottom of this bag in place and top stitch the zipper in. Okay. Just till it gets started. You might want to hold the end of it just a little bit just to keep it from buckling. You could spray it in, but I have found that is not necessary. And see, now it's tacking that zipper down. Okay, now here I just want to pull at least this tape off. I'm taking the tape off first. And of course it would not hurt to test the zipper, so I'm going to make sure, yep, zipper opens, not a problem. Okay, so put that way out of the way again. And now the fourth color stop is going to do, you'll do the same thing for the top for the fourth color stop, so that I'm going to place it right up underneath the teeth of the zipper. And again, tape it in place. And maybe one or two here. The tape is not quite so sticky anymore. That's okay. Alrighty. Just back in the machine. And now for color stop number 4 to tack in the top of the bag. Okay, the next step is going to give you a positioning marker to show you where to put the ribbon. So I'll just stitch it. It's showing you where to put the ribbon. And if you like, you can tape it down into place. So I'm going to press it, put it a little bit away from the edge of the bag, maybe about, maybe about a 1/4 inch. This is your seam allowance, so you want to just tape it on the seam allowance. Just tape it down and keep it straight. Okay, and back under the machine, and now it's going to tack down. Tack down this ribbon. Okay, that just tacked down the ribbon. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to tack this ribbon, and again, well, before I do that, okay, and then what you want to do is test your zipper, make sure it is opening, and I want to put the zipper on the inside, sort of in the middle. I want the zipper pull. See, I want that zipper pull right in the middle, and you see it's working, so I'm going to leave it in the middle. If you forget this step, guess what happens? Your bag will not open. And I'm going to position this ribbon, the handle. Let's put a piece of tape there. And I want to put a piece of tape sort of in the middle because I really do not want this thing to get caught in the bag. I have done that one too many times. So I'm just going to put a little piece of tape on the inside to hold this bag out of this seam line. Just fold it over and tape it down. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is take your piece that is 7 inches by 8 inches, and I'm going to lay this on the top over the whole thing. If you like, you can pin it in place, but if you are going to pin it in place, you want the pins outside of the hoop. I'm putting the pins outside of the hoop just in this little section right here. See, I'm putting these pins literally outside of the hoop so that they cannot get caught under the foot of the machine. It's a literal disaster if you get a pin caught under this foot. Not a pretty sight, and it's a nice trip to the technician's office so you can have your machine fixed. Okay. Okay, and then the last stitch is just, actually this is the last color stop, and all it's going to do is now sew the end of your bag. Recording. Okay, all finished. Okay, now I'm going to remove the pins. And I'm going to, this is a tearaway state, remove the fabric from the hoop. I'm going to tear away all my stabilizer. And now remember, always tear toward your stitches. Okay, I'm going to open this zipper now. I'm going to trim all of this away. And you have a choice of either trimming it and zigzagging along the edges to make a nice clean finish on the inside, or you can use pinking shears, and I'm going to go to my serger to finish it. Okay, I have serged the edges, and so now I'm going to turn it, and one easy way to turn it is your corners is to simply fold them in, pinch it, and pull it through. It's 90% there. Same thing here. Fold those corners in. And remove the tape, a little bit of tape, remove the tape from the ribbon. Okay, to neaten these corners, you can either take a bamboo skewer, or I have a point turner here. Don't use scissors or a knife or your seam ripper to push open these points. You'll end up making a nice hole. So I'm just using a point turner and poking those out so they're nice and square. Bag is finished. Hope you enjoyed this project. If you have any questions, give us a call at Attic Treasures in Occoquan, Virginia at 703-490-1536. And if you would like written instructions and or the embroidery design for this in PES format, then send me an email at waltzquilt@yahoo.com. See you later. Bye.